All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome back. We're on to the third part, which is product research using Jungle Scout. Now, there's a couple different programs and softwares like ASIN Tracker and all these other ones. I've checked a couple of them out. I've compared them. I've used the free trials, and hands down, Jungle Scout has been the best. And I'm not just saying this either. I've compared them, and the way I did is I used my actual products. So I used my ASINs for my products and my sales, and I compared them. I used all of them for a month, and at the end of the month, Jungle Scout hands down was the closest in data. They're using API keys. They're all estimates. None of them are going to be 100% to tell you exactly what's going on. But Jungle Scout comes pretty close. ASIN Tracker and the other ones, weren't even within the ballpark. So before we jump into how to use Jungle Scout, the Chrome extension as well as the web app, I'm on Jungle Scout right now. I'm just going to break down the prices and show you guys the prices. So let's start with the Chrome extension. The Chrome extension is a one-time fee, and it's something that you use with the search engine, with the software called Google Chrome, which you can download on your computer. If you don't have it already, it's free. The Chrome extension is a one-time payment. You can see the Pro is $197 or the Lite is $97. If you guys are going to take this serious, I recommend the Pro all the way. And here's why. It kind of has everything all together. You're going to get the dimensions and the weight of the products. You're going to get the oversize indicator, which will let you know if it's an oversized product, which we spoke about in the previous sections. The monthly item trends. So this is helpful because it lets you know if it's a traditional item or if it's a seasonal item, which means is it something that trends in November, December, or is it something that trends in the summer or for Valentine's Day in February, so on and so forth. So this is definitely a real helpful tool. The FBA fees, fulfillment by Amazon fees. This lets you know an approximation of how much they're paying for that product in fees. As well as the profit calculator. Now, this profit calculator is very similar to the FBA calculator that I showed you in the last module. So it compresses everything to one. It saves a lot of time from going back and forth. So I really, really suggest going with the $200 one. Like I said, it's a one-time fee. It puts all the tools together. It'll save you some time. Take my word for it. Moving on to the web app. That's something that you use in conjunction with the Chrome extension. Now, I run the business and I pay it annually, but I have several virtual assistants or VAs, as well as my wife, always doing product research and utilizing this. So you don't need this. I recommend getting the standard to start off with. It's $49. If you can't afford it, the startup. The only difference is you are not going to get the niche hunter in the startup, and you will only have one user. So if that niche hunter isn't that important to you, then just go with the startup. The niche hunter is cool. We'll go over how to use that and what it does. It just helps you once you find products. It helps you narrow down and search that niche. I wouldn't deem it necessary. So like I said, you can go with the startup. If you can't afford it, go with the standard so you can play around with the niche hunter. And what I recommend, because when you guys are first starting out, you bought the course, you guys are being really frugal to make sure you can get your first product launched. Go with the standard or the startup and run it for 30 days, run it for 60 days, then cancel it. If you pay it annually, you're going to save some money. You go with the annual program. But what I did when I was starting out is I ran the standard. I ran it for 60 days. I saved a bunch of products in an Excel spreadsheet, and then I canceled it. And in the next section, we're going to be going over some non-traditional ways to do product research. This is more of a traditional way, what we call traditional way. And I'll be going over some non-traditional ways where if you can't afford this, you can still get started looking for product and have a good idea if it's a bad product or if it's a good product. So by the time you're done with this section, the product research section, you guys are gonna be good to go. So this is what the dashboard looks like. the Jungle Scout dashboard. After you sign up, you create your account. This is the product database, what we call the web app. Okay. Here you can see that Niche Hunter. Okay. Here's the Chrome extension. This is where you will download it once you purchase it. Make sure you have Chrome. It looks like this right here. If you do not have it, you can go to Google, download it for free, install the Chrome extension, and follow the directions. It's going to ask for an API key, so on and so forth. It's a little tricky, but if you go to Jungle Scout and you watch their YouTube video, it shows you how to do it, within 5 minutes. And I will link that in the resources section at the end of the course. That way you guys can get that knocked out right away. And the reason you want to install that and then install the API keys and so on and so forth is because it allows you more access to different variables as well as different resources for when you're using that tool. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's go back over to the web app. So previously in the last couple of chapters, we talked about categories, which ones are require gating, and which ones are gated and which ones are ungated. Which ones are going to be harder to get into and which ones are going to be easy to get into. So what I did is I went ahead and checked the simple ones that do not require anything special or any gating. So you can go ahead when you're running this and pause the video and click these. You can see, we'll run through them real quick. It's appliances, arts, crafts, and sewing, baby, home and garden, home and kitchen, home and improvement, industrial and scientific. A lot of people don't like this one, but I find a lot of niches sometimes. It's a little random. There's a lot of random stuff in here, but you will find some nice little niches that pay off really good. Kitchen and dining, musical instruments, office products, patio, lawn and garden, pet supplies, sports and outdoors. Now, toys and games, as well as electronics and cell phones and accessories do not require additional gating. But once you're starting out, toys and games is really saturated. It's very competitive. Electronics is tricky, man. When you guys are sourcing overseas and you're getting electronic products, it's more of an advanced category. What I mean by advanced is you're going to want to pay an inspection company in China or Hong Kong or wherever you're sourcing from to go inspect them, make sure that they are not defective. There's a lot of stuff. Boards, motherboards, electronic boards, etc., can get damaged in the fulfillment process, and then you can get bad reviews. It's just really tricky. Don't get it confused, though. I do have a few electronic products, and they are profitable. They are a good category. But this is not one that I would recommend to start off with. Once you guys are more experienced and have more feedback, so if you get some bad feedback, it won't really tank your account, then I would suggest adding that to the metric that you guys are looking for. So moving on over to filters, which are right here. There's a bunch of filters. In this example, we're just going to do price. I do $14.95 to $24.95. Sometimes I also like to do $14.95 to $49.95. But obviously, the more expensive the product, the more expensive it's going to cost you to source. So I went between these. Metrics here because when you guys are starting out, you should be able to source these products between $3 and $11, which will leave you enough margin to sustain and to grow. Like I said, we want to be at that 30% margin. If you can get between $7 and $10 per product, you guys are doing good. So keep that in mind. Net, we're not worried about net. Rank, we're not really worried about rank. And once you guys get more familiarized, once you guys gain more familiarity with the program and the software, you guys can come in here and tweak these metrics. But this is just a real generic setting that I use to find stuff. Estimated revenue, don't worry about this. You can see stuff that's doing, guys that are doing $30,000, $40,000 a month, and it's so saturated and they're competing head to head on price that they might only be making $1 or $2. And that's, Yeah, well, okay, you look at it, that's still a lot of money, but that's not a game that you want to play. Is the race to the bottom. Reviews. Select a minimum and maximum number of reviews. Don't worry about minimum. The less, the better. I like to stay at 99, so less than 100 reviews. Other people state less than 50, but it's really difficult to find a product under 50. That's really a needle in the haystack. Under 99 is good. For my personal products, I go for under 300, just because I'm a little bit more advanced. But once you guys get all the tactics and you learn how to utilize all the tools and everything that I'm going to teach you, you guys are going to be able to up it, and you guys are going to be a little bit more experienced, so you can take on 200 to 300 reviews. Anything over 600 or 700, getting into the 1,000 plus, you're going to have large companies that are Fortune 500 branded, or private label brands that have a lot of residual business that's coming from outside, whether they're doing funneling through Facebook, Instagram, their website, and that's something you guys really want to stay away from. Weight, don't worry about that. In the future, we talk about trying to source stuff underneath 4.5 pounds. That way you can get the logistic reduced pricing, but don't worry about this to start with. Number of sellers, don't worry about this. Listing quality. So this is one that you can choose to on your first, when you're getting familiar, you might want to take this off. Okay, but I like to leave it at 50. This is kind of like a medium. On a scale from 0 to 100, 100 means that their listing is A++. I mean, they have 6 to 7 pictures. They may even have video. Their meta tag, their title tag, their keywords are on point. Their bullets are fully optimized and nice and full. Their description's awesome, and their click-through rate is awesome. So 100 would be an example of a very, very well listing and a very hard product to compete with. 50 is kind of in the middle. Sometimes I even like to do this, 49, which is a little less than halfway. You can see I don't do a lot of whole numbers. The reason I do 1995, 24.95, it's a psychological number. A lot of people will list at 14.99 because they don't want to hit that 15. A lot of people will list at 24.99. They don't want to hit the 25. You may see this in Walmart. Walmart's numbers end in 7. If you go to Walmart and you take a look, it'll be 1997 or it'll be 1947. They never hit that full number because it's a psychological number that they did tests and they did studies on. So if you put 15 on here, okay, you're going to miss all the people that are selling for $14.99 or $14.97. So I always round these to 5, $49.95, $39.95, whatever the metric price that you choose to use. That's a little tip there. So let's go ahead and run into it. Once you're ready, you have everything set. You want to put standard. You don't want to look for oversize. You can leave all this stuff blank. Let's put results per page 100. Go ahead and click search. Now it's generating the database results. So right away, number 7, Ronaldo. You want to stay away from clothes, especially branded. NBA, NFL, MLB. Any sports team, any clothes, I really stay away from. Okay. You can see in this column is the estimated revenue. Here's estimated monthly sales. Okay, you can see all these metrics here. And let me make sure. Estimated sales, I forgot to mention that. I put this at 300. That's based off of a 30-day month period. The calendar fluctuates between 20 and 30. That's based off 30 days, 10 units per day, $10 profit per item. That's, you're looking at $100 a day profit, which, is kind of a basis. Anything smaller than that really doesn't make sense. But, if you don't have so much money to start off with, you need to find a less expensive product. That's fine, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. Some people have different goals. Some people want to stop working and quit their job utilizing FBA. Some people want to make an extra income to supplement college or to supplement side activities, say for a car, so on and so forth. So whatever you guys feel comfortable with, you can utilize that for this the estimated sales. So I previously scrolled through this before recording to find a product to show you that is a example of a good one. These were decent. They're a little saturated, but these are nice. I like these. There was good margin. It's a little saturated, not too bad. But let's scroll down to the bottom here. Okay, you definitely want to stay away from these clothes. That arm guard, the sportswear guard, that's kind of an accessory. It's not really a clothing. It's not a shirt or shorts or slacks. But you can see here, there's a lot of these pages, 50 pages at 100 each. So I mean, it could take a couple hours of me going through this. So to save time here, I'm going to go ahead and show you a product that I found from these very metrics here. Okay, I didn't change anything. You know, this isn't. I'm not lying to you guys. Just for argument's sake here. So it's called a fan mister. Okay, so now we're going to be getting into how to incorporate using the Chrome extension in correspondence with the web app. Okay, so once you find the product here in the database on the web app, you're going to go ahead in a new tab, open up Amazon, okay, and type in that product. Now, when you're typing in this product, you'll see that there's long tail. This is the title. You don't want to copy this whole title in. For instance, okay, this is Bill Jack Gooberlicious Treats, peanut butter, 10 ounces each. You want to go and type in the broadest keyword that you can. So let's go dog treats. And the reason doing so is because when you're ranking and when you're looking at products, you want to look at the most broad. This is the easiest to rank for, as well as the keyword that's going to get the most impressions or searches. So with that being said, let's go ahead and Amazon, Fan Mister, nice broad keyword. You can see the list here, 7 reviews, 236. They're all over the place. Here's sponsored. Somebody looks like they just started out, 36. This can all be achieved, guys. So once you download that Chrome app, it's going to show up here next to your URL bar. It's going to say JS Pro. You want to go ahead and click that, and then it's going to populate your information here. Okay, so you can see product name, brand, price, category, rank, estimated sales. These are based on a 30-day estimate. Like I said, all this information is based off API generation, but they are estimates and they are fairly close. So 30-day sales, 30-day estimated revenue, number of reviews, rating. So this is the average rating based off the reviews. It's out of a 5-star review. So out of the 323 reviews, their average rating is 3.5. BB seller, this is the type of seller that currently controls the buy box. So this is going to be sold by Amazon, merchant fulfilled, or FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon. Now when you see this AMZ, what this means is they are vendors. So they drop ship. So this, let's see, the brand Orbit drop ships for Amazon. Okay, so they drop ship for Amazon. The good thing about this being a vendor is if you find a product and you have a similar product, you can steal the buy box and you will get the buy box because FBA, or fulfilled by Amazon, overpowers and cannibalizes vendor fulfilled or merchant fulfilled. So once again, if you have a merchant fulfilled item and you're listing under this ASIN as an FBA product, you will cannibalize this and you will gain the buy box because the algorithm favors fulfilled by Amazon. Let's take a look here. 323 reviews, 604 reviews. These are probably the grandfather, the people that are grandfathered in that have been here since the start. 568 reviews. But if you look at it, out of 15 people, there is a lot of room here. 36, 66, 41, 18, 39. I mean, you guys can generate this in 3 weeks, 4 weeks with the tactics and the tricks I'm going to show you guys. So let's look down here. estimated revenue 28,000. This one looks good. 66 reviews, 4-star rating, so they're not a 5-star rating. Less than 100 reviews, which I like. The money's there. They're number 9 rank. All right. Their price that they're selling the unit for is $24. So 24, let's say this is 10 minus 10 is $14 net. So you want to take that $14 net and you want to find it on Alibaba and subtract that net from your sourcing cost, and that will give you a profit. And keep in mind, you guys want to shoot for 30%. And if you guys hover over the product name here, it will actually show you the listing in Amazon. You can click on it. It'll bring it up in a new tab. Okay. So this guy right here, how much was this guy making? So this guy is pulling $28,000 a month, a little over 28, approximately 29,000. He's top 10 in this category, patio, lawn, and garden. Okay. It's merchant fulfilled. So if you go FBA, if you go fulfilled by Amazon, you can kill this guy. Okay. Let's go back to his listing. All right, his pictures are horrible. They're not edited. Let's see here. Yeah, this is horrible. Actually, this isn't even allowed. This guy's got his freaking URL to looks like a website in the listing, so you could report this guy and get this guy kicked out, steal his position, excuse me, and get all of his sales. Okay. These pictures are just horrible. He's not utilizing all 6 or 7 spots that they give him. Your first picture, you want it to be a really high-res picture, preferably white background. In the product listing setup, I'm going to show you guys how to get killer pictures, professional-grade pictures that are really going to help you guys with your conversions, are going to help you guys with your sales. But this guy, you could kill this guy. So let's go over into Alibaba. All right. Let's see here. HangNet. Here it is. So that's this guy right here. I went ahead and clicked in it, opened it up. All right. Scroll down and make sure it's similar. All right. Boom. All right. Real similar. Different color. Same product. So, second generation misting, first generation. So looks like they got a couple different ones. It has some more applications. Let's see the MOQ, which is minimum order quantity. So the MOQ, or the minimum order quantity, is 1,000 pieces. You see how cheap you're going to get this thing. So let's say if you do the MOQ, which is 1,000 minimum pieces, for argument's sake, let's say you're at $3, which is realistic. You're going to get free shipping. The origins out of Kunshan, China. 1 piece, 5 boxes per carton. All right, so let's say $3. We're going to go back over to our Jungle Scout. Here it is. I highlighted it. So $3 is our product cost. $10 is our fulfillment by Amazon fee. So this is what the cost is going to be to pick the product, package the product, print the label, apply the label, send it to the consumer, and handle any returns. So that's 7 touches that you're getting for $10. Once you guys start making money, you'll see that this is more than worth it, and why FBA is why it's so advantageous to go the FBA route. I don't even understand why people are still merchant fulfilled. So anyway, $3 product cost, $10 FBA fee. That's $13. We're going to subtract 13 from 24, which leaves us $11. Okay, you're at 40%, high 40%, close to 50% ROI, return on investment, which is huge. This is ridiculous. This is a real product, guys. This isn't gated. There's no tricks. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. I didn't go switch up the metrics to some secret tactic. I showed you guys the metric. Let me see here. Matter of fact, let me scroll through here and make sure I can find it just to show you guys. Let's see here. It just takes so long to go through these things, and this is the longest, most tedious process is going through these listings. Here it is right here. So this is proof right here, guys. Let me highlight it so I don't lose it. That I'm not BSing you guys, and I'm not pulling your leg. The same metrics, nothing has changed. Okay, no gated categories, no funny business going on, no metric changes. All right, scroll back down and find that bad boy. Here it is, patio, lawn, and garden. 66 reviews, estimated revenue. Let's see here. Here goes another one. It looks like it's the same thing. Okay, $15.99, $20,000. Here goes another one, $5,000. This guy's $27.99. So if you match this guy, and this is AMZ, this is fulfilled by Amazon, which means it is a drop shipped product. You can kill this guy. Reviews 69. This is an example of a product that you can crush it with. I might actually even order this product myself. These are all irrelevant. Here goes another one. Look at this, guys. 24 bucks, 28,000. Here goes another one. 2,000, 41 reviews, $26.95. You can't beat it. At these numbers, you are making over 50%. Remember, our net was $11. You're making approximately 60 and some change, close to 70% ROI. This is ridiculous. I'm glad that I found a good product to show you guys here. Up here are some generic numbers. Without diving in deep and looking at all these metrics, it will show you the average amount of sales. Remember, this is based off a 30-day month period. Average sales rank, okay, for the largest category out of the top, for this case, it's top 15. Average price, $25.55. Average number of reviews, 192. Which you'll see there's a lot of room here. 7 reviews, 39, 69. Okay, let's dive in and show you guys about the options. This is why I mentioned that you guys are going to have to watch that video and learn how to obtain your API keys and your secret key code and all that good stuff. That's through MWS. Once you get that and you apply that, you will have access to the active columns. So let's take the category away. Okay, once you guys know the category, you don't need that. Where's brand? Let's take brand away. Nobody cares what their brand name is. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Let's put net. Okay, this is going to show us an approximation, an estimate, okay, of what they're netting, which is what their profit is. That's going to be their list price subtracted from their FBA fee, their closing fee, as well as any other associated fees, okay, as well as what they implement that they're sourcing it at. So it will show you a net. Here you can get item weight. You know, if you guys are really trying to dive down on the 5 pounds and less, you can use this. Item height, width, length. Remember that Amazon bases its fees off of cubic volume, cubic foot, which is length times width times height. Another metric is weight. Tier, you can put number of sellers. So if you're looking for something that's really unsaturated that you can just go in and just hammer, you can go number of sellers and put that at 25, put it at 50. And this will show you the amount of sellers, the amount of pages, so you can just get in there and dominate. And these ones with under 100 sellers, you guys can get in here. This new account that I'm using for this course was a new product. There was 10 pages. I just got in there and I ranked first page, number 1 and number 2 on 2 different products in 9 days, I believe it was. So you can just go in there and kill it. So once you go ahead and you click these active columns that you want to change, click close and refresh. What's going to happen is it's going to refresh. It's going to pull up the data again. Now you'll see that the brand as well as the category is gone, and here is the net. All right, so let's go back over to this guy here. Let's see, that's the one that we were looking at. FBA fee, 10 bucks. Price, 24. Net, boom, 13 bucks. All right, so this gives you a little bit of an idea. You can look at the numbers and see where you're at. before you go. But I recommend always doing it. This is accurate. Once you go in here, once you find the product, so we found the product, you're going to go in here, you're going to contact the supplier, which we're going to talk about that in a later module. We're going to talk about contacting a supplier. We're going to talk about using a generic template that we generate once and that we keep and we use to send to all suppliers. We're going to talk about getting a Chinese or an Oriental based inspector if it's a large quantity or if it's a large volume to go and inspect them. We're going to get into all that. So, portable. With that being said, guys, I'm all fired up. I hope you guys are fired up. I hope you guys are enjoying this course. You guys are soaking up the nuggets because I'm dropping bombs of content. This next module underneath product research is going to be the non-conventional way to find stuff. There's a couple tricks and tips that I'm going to show you guys. And like I said, if you don't have the money to start out with Jungle Scout, there's no reason why you can't start familiarizing yourself with the market, with Alibaba, with the terminology, as well as doing non-conventional product research. Stay tuned.